Okay. So this is how we list down the responsibilities. And there is another purpose of listing down responsibilities and duties that will come at a later part now. So we have listed down all the duties, all the key responsibilities that we feel that this role will have to attend. Then comes the next part of your job description, which talks about the qualification that is needed, the experience that is needed, some technical skills, some functional skills, or technical competencies and functional competencies. Now, how do we derive this? How do we know what qualification is needed? Now, this is all result of the responsibility that this person has. Now, the kind of work that he is doing, he is at a project site, overseeing the construction part of it, seeing the designs of it, approving the design, checking the product quality or the raw material quality. To know to do all these things, someone has a knowledge in civil engineering, and that is why we chose BE in civil preferred. Oftentimes, you will see the job postings have MBA needed, preferred MBA, MBA from top institute, MBA from preferred institute. Is there a purpose of it? Most of this job can be done by, now let's say Lakshmi has no background in HR, but she is working in HR, no? But because she is working with a small time organization. If it was for a corporate would have never taken Lakshmi because she has no MBA. So for certain roles, let's be very, very, concrete on it. Ki, do we actually need MBA there or not? So depending on the roles and responsibilities and the duties and tasks that this gentleman or this particular position is going to handle, we derive what qualification is needed. And similarly, we arrive at what experience is needed. Because of course, if someone comes, a fresher comes out of it, fresher would have the knowledge, but a fresher might not have that kind of expertise, might not have that kind of wisdom to handle all these things. And this is where we look for experience. 12 plus or 10 plus or 15 plus is still debatable, but the number of years of experience is basically an statement that says in these many years they would have handled such kind of responsibilities and they would have showcased that how to handle it, which is why this particular experience is taken. Then comes the technical, which is technical competencies are simpler to identify depending on the nature of the job. Now, if you read these statements carefully, there's all into civil engineering, there's into construction. So we thought, for technically, they should, if they have knowledge of CAD software, they'll be able to create a better design aspect there. We can also add knowledge of design principles. CAD software can only be used by someone who understands engineering design, who understands civil engineering. I'm a statistics graduate. If I run computer aided design and CAD software, I cannot design, I cannot create designs, no. I need to have understanding of, no, I can it's very easy to learn how to operate softwares. But to effectively use a software, you need to have a background of it. So this is kind of incomplete. We can always add uh, what could be the terms there. So let's say I'm just writing architectural designs. because they're into construction, they're into that. So, so that was, these are the technical skills that will help him excel in the job. Functional competencies, since this person is handling teams, this person is handling multiple teams, the person must have team management skills. The person must have planning skills. The person must have a strong analytical and decision making skills, because this is the kind of work the person is doing. There are multiple projects running, and there are, some exceptional situation arises. Let's say labor is not coming to job, or let's say raw material is not available in time. All these, both these two positions, both these two situations have the potential to delay your project. Do you have this analytical skills to understand what to do? Have you seen managers who, when faced the challenges, they go to their seniors? Sir, this has happened, what to do? And I'm sure each one of you would have experienced such managers or such seniors who cannot take decision. Till the time work is smooth, they keep doing it. The moment some challenge comes, they are clueless. They go to their seniors. Sir, what to do, sir? Or at times it happens, your juniors also, some of them are able to handle exceptions, but others, they come to you. And this has happened, what to do? Sir, this has happened, what to do? So what kind of this kind of position must have this strong analytical and decision making skills. So this is what technical and functional competencies that we have identified depending on the duties and tasks that has been given to them. Any doubts till now? See, because most of you I cannot see, so I have to ask this. Otherwise, I'll just move to this. So this is half a part of it. Mostly, this is what is needed by everyone, because job description is a document which is used internally as well, which is going to the external place also. When you are making a job requisition, when you are making a job, advertisement, you need to highlight this. So that is that part of it. Now, whatever other part of the job description that we are showing you, this is completely internal. This need not go to the external market. This particular portion of job description is known as job element analysis. We analyze the activities that this individual is going to play, and based on the different activities and responsibilities, we categorize them into different categories like problem solving, collaboration, planning, cost analysis, project management, repeat business. This is all a result of these responsibilities that are listed here. So what we have done is we have clubbed similar kind of responsibilities. Like, for instance, let's read the first one. Responsible for improving efficiency and increasing profit while managing the overall operation of the company. What is this? Where should this appear? What category is this?
Repeat business.
No.
I
We
would go
can
with cost
we can, we
analysis.
can, we can simply put it as execution, or let's say effective execution. Ensure manpower is deployed as per the requirement at the site. This is again a part of execution, because if the manpower is not there, execution will not happen. Execution cannot be effective. Coming to third, maintaining a healthy teamwork environment. This could be treated as teamwork or team management. Just 1 second, I have to take this call. Yes. So this could be team management. I'm just putting some thoughts. Ensure timely fulfillment of supplies at the site as per requirement. This is again effective execution. Timely execution of work as per the approved designs. This could be quality. Ensure required reports are sent to the client and management as per the turnaround time mentioned. What this could be?
Maybe the task.
This could be simple reporting or management reporting or MIS, whatever we call it. Timely resolution of issues related to the site. Timely resolution needs decision making. So this could be a decision making, or again we can put it under effective execution, because decision making will support execution of it. Responsible to ensure on time submission of bills with necessary whatever it is to the accounts team as per the turnaround time mentioned. Now this could be, let's keep it simple, we'll say finance. Regular follow-up with the team and client to ensure there is no delay in work. This is again a quality aspect. Keep adding where you feel you have, even if you have a different thought, please keep adding. Ensure smooth functioning of the site and complete the project as per the target date mutually agreed. This could again be a quality issue. Share monthly revenue projection with the management. Finance. Responsible for acquiring repeated business on completion of project. Should I take customer satisfaction?
Yes.
Because repeat business will only come when customer is happy. So let's say customer satisfaction. Responsible for preparing costing of the new project. This could also be a finance thing, no? Responsible for controlling the cost. Controlling the cost should come under finance or should come under execution?
Execution.
Okay.
So finance.
Because he has to take steps to control the cost or maintain the cost.
Exactly.
He cannot just monitor it.
So as per Payal, this should come under execution. Others can have their views, no?
Could it
Rashmi
be
is not
both?
speaking today. Yeah, Fatima.
Could it be both?
Let's not
Because you
confuse them.
basically have to monitor the finances, I'm thinking, controlling the cost of the project. So you have to effectively execute the financial aspect of the project. Make
But
sure you don't overspend.
You can control the cost through execution.
I would use more of a word like budgeting. Like, I don't know. To control the cost of something, I use budgeting. So I don't know
Okay.
if that would be a word you could use.
To control the cost, what are the actions that would be needed? Because all this will lead towards competencies. What are the competencies that are needed for this particular activity? And controlling the cost is a result of effective execution. So that I agree with Payal, it can go there, but Swami, Krishna, Rashmi, you can contribute to it.
So
Otherwise,
controlling cost need financial modeling as well. So I think, sir, you need to analyze before you start. You can model.
that is project planning. Acha, this is preparing costing for the new project. Controlling cost of the project when project execution is happening. There's not estimating, this is controlling.
So then I guess it will be effective execution.
Well, then me and Payal won this. Others are anyways not contributing. Chalo, we will say effective execution. I'm just taking it as an example. You guys will have an attempt to do something similar of this, and you can have your thoughts. Ensure regular visits to project sites.
Monitoring.
What we put under this quality. Monitoring will come under quality. Accountable for reviewing and improving organizational effectiveness by developing process, overseeing employees, creating innovative approaches for improvement. This can still be kept under quality as well as team management. Fine. Now what happens is all these are the job elements. These are the broad elements of the job that this individual is going to perform, and those elements come here. So let me, I do not want to make too many changes. Let this be like this. Let's understand. Let's forget about what we were doing. Problem solving, collaboration, planning, cost analysis, project management, repeat business was taken as the different activities or taken as the job elements. So like we identified these job elements. Why we are doing this job element analysis is to basically create what are those threshold competencies or threshold, and what are the differentiating competencies. What are the differences in the two? What is threshold?
So the minimum.
The bare minimum that is needed. So in order to, let's say we are trying to hire someone for this position called general manager operations, and we know that this role has to,
minimum required.
yes, and this role has to perform this activity called problem solving. So if this is the job element, what is the threshold level of competency, whether knowledge or a skill or ability, that this person must have in order to perform this task? So like here it is written, S stands for skill. In order to perform this job element, the ability to understand the problem faced by team members and give appropriate solution could be a threshold. If someone cannot solve team problem, the person is not fit for the job. You see, you are getting into a design aspect. Till now, you have a very basic requirement because I'm hiring someone, he should have this qualification and this experience. Now we are decoding it. Qualification and experience is fine. What are those bare minimum knowledge and skills that this person must have in order to succeed? Generally, all these decisions are unwritten but are taken at the final interview level. Like on the first session only we discussed, most of the interview rejections happen because of these, the communication, the attitude, all these are those skills and abilities that are needed. Listening to team members, understanding and giving them solution is a strong ability or a skill. And if an individual doesn't have this skill, this could be a disaster for job. Let us not hire this person. So we list down those threshold and differentiating skills or abilities. I'll send you one sample. I'll send this one also. I'll send one more sample for you to understand and create one for you. So threshold is what are the minimum that is needed, and differentiating are what makes this candidate exceptional. If everyone is at a threshold, how do you decide who would be better? So there is a skill, ability to ensure similar problems are not repeated in future. One is I solve a problem and I am a firefighter. Whenever there is a problem, you call me, I'll solve the problem. You are good for some time. But if the problem that you have solved, it keeps occurring again and again, then there is a problem in a way you solve the problem. The good ones are those who solve a problem in a way that it doesn't repeat again. And if you have that ability, then you are good for this role. One is that preventive, one is a proactive and a reactive approach. Now there is nothing called standard in this. There is this particular organization. We understood the nature of work that they do. We understood the organization philosophy, the value system, the culture of them, and as per them, we are creating it. In some other organization in a similar business, it could be a little different one. So it varies from an organization to organization. Similarly, collaboration, planning. Now, if we see collaboration, the threshold is ability to engage with internal and external team members for necessary requirement approvals and updates. If you cannot communicate with so many people, then you are not fit for the job. Second is, the differentiating one is ability to build good relationships so that execution of work is done without any delay. So one communication is interact with people. And one quality of communication is interact with people in a way that they get influenced with what you say. They both are interacting. They both are communicating. Getting it? The reaction doesn't look that convincing. So if there is a doubt, if there is a query, please ask. Anyways, three. Yes, Swami.
Sir, can differentiating and critical skills be used interchangeably? The terms interchange, the differentiating as well as critical skills.
You can call
So
them.
they are one or the same thing, right?
Correct. So right now, what we are doing is we are just trying to define, we are just trying to substantiate why these critical skills are so important. See, if I tell Swami that there is this position called General Manager Operation, what do you think are the critical skills? And I'm sure with your experience, you will give them some skills because they should have this skill. But that would be a very subjective solution. Because tomorrow, if I call Payal and ask the same question to Payal, Payal might come up with some different thought. And you both may be right. Because this is what that both of you feel. And what both of you feel might be very different from what the organization needs. And that is where we have to eliminate subjectivity in all this system. And that is why we are digging deep into it. What skills, what critical skills would be needed for the role. And that is why we are breaking it down. So let's see, there are different job elements that have been identified. So problem solving, collaboration, planning, cost analysis. Now, basis this, we identified the competencies. As a thumb rule, as a benchmark, we have decided that for each role, we will choose 5 behavioral competencies. All these competencies that we have listed down are behavioral competencies. These are not technical competencies. These are not functional competencies. Technical and functional, anyways, we have put it in the JD part of it. So that has become an eligibility criteria. This is the selection criteria. Dealing with ambiguity, planning and organizing, result orientation, developing people, customer orientation. Now, if you read all these, whatever we have written here, whatever we have here, we identified these are the 5 most critical skills without which the person cannot be successful. For instance, dealing with ambiguity. Why did we take this as when you are at the project site, there would be situations that are beyond your control. Sometimes labor is not coming. Sometimes raw material is not available. Sometimes customer comes out with some fancy requirement. No, I don't want like this. Now you have taken a specification from the customer. Based on that, you have created an engineering design. Based on that, you have procured material. And while execution, customer or some senior member from the customer comes, no, I wanted like something like this. And when you estimate, you realize that for such kind of a design exceptions, you need something very different. You need different raw material. Or let's say the execution is going on and suddenly the third wave of COVID came. Now there is zero mobility, there is no manpower. And if you don't execute the work in time, the payments are getting delayed. How do you manage all these things? They will be when you are at now, each one of you is working. When you are working, each day, each work day presents you a lot of challenges. No day is so smooth, no? Some challenge or the other will come. How do you handle those challenges? Since there is a senior position heading the complete operation, he should have this ability to deal with ambiguity. Because if he is not able to deal it, the entire execution will go for a toss. So this is why we thought this is the most critical competency or the behavioral aspect that this person must have. Since this is project planning, cost of estimation, the budgeting, the profitability, the person must be good in planning and organizing. Because if the person is not able to plan it, the whole costing and the profitability can, be questioned. So we took that. Then we said result orientation. Now, result orientation is a very important competency, especially for such kind of job. It is very. No, we actually met this gentleman. I was traveling to Mumbai and I met this gentleman, and a brief, I think 45 minutes discussion I had. I didn't speak much, he was speaking. And he came up, he came up with a grievance. His grievance was that last year when the COVID thing happened, all the business was kind of stuck. Management has decided to withhold the salary of each employee. Only 50% salary was paid. And this gentleman is with them for last 15 years. And he said, no, management should have not done this. I said, okay, then since the payments were not coming, customers were not paying. So he gave me a rationale. He was very intelligent. He said, sir, when there was no problem, all the profits were taken by the management, no? They could have funded the salary from the profits. Why did they withhold the salary? And best part it, when we spoke to the management and I discussed the same thing with the MD, the MD said, so he didn't tell you the complete story. He said, what is the complete story? He said, yes, we had withheld the amount, but when Diwali came last year, we realized, they have been under stress and all those things. We funded them and we cleared the entire backlog. The entire 50% that we had withheld, we cleared it in the Diwali salary. This gentleman never told us this. Now, if you see, this is how whether person is responsible for the results or not. So there are two people. One people will come, boss, my duty times are 9 to 6. I'll come at 9, I'll leave at 6. If you give any task to me during this time, I'll complete it. Otherwise, I'll come tomorrow. I'm disciplined. And second, Yapa.
Yes, I would like to add one thing. The example you gave that you met this person, this is exact the same thing which I did in one of my previous organizations. I would not name it, but I got a list to, terminate approx 12 to 13 people in my organization due to financial issues. So we were literally, I was shocked to, hold that list because those all were very good employees. Like they were not poor performing employees, but they were pretty good. But just because we had lost the projects, we had to terminate those people. So sir asked me like what to do, and so I asked if we can deduct some part of their salaries instead of just terminating them, because a lot of people are having their EMIs, their loan dues, so we cannot just terminate them. And that was a situation when the whole country was facing this problem in this lockdown. Every company was terminating employees. So how will they get another job, because every company is terminating? So we deducted 20%, 30% salaries of people. And after few months, when we got that project back, we gave them all the arrears also, all the backlog we completed. And also we asked them, if you want to apply anywhere else, you can give us your resume. Right now we don't have any project for you. You can give me your resume. I will forward it in my circle. Okay, so if you can get any opportunity, then you can also apply.
That's a very good. In fact, a lot of organizations did this. They had showed that human aspect of it, and congratulate for you for it. There are very few HRs who have the guts to convey this to the management because what you are thinking is wrong.
Yeah.
End of the day, they are human. They have worked with us for such a long time.
Yes.
Now here the situation is little different. People were not asked to leave.
Okay.
They don't have this culture. And this is a typical Marwadi organization where most of them are their relatives.
Okay.
Distant relatives, but and I could see when I met some of them, sir, they are my relatives, but I don't talk to them. I come for my work, and sometimes they don't give me incentive. But what can I do, sir? I don't want to fight, and. But here, this particular role, if I talk about, is such a senior role, and this is the person who should understand the situation of the organization, and he should specify, he should speak to other employees because please hold, this is difficult times. Like you suggested, this let's instead of you know removing people, let us all each one of us take some cut so that everyone gets something.
Yeah.
Now instead of it, and we I realized when we met other employees also that were under his tree, each one of them had the similar perception, and I could make out very easily that they are all influenced by him. He is the only person who travels to project sites and meet these people. And these people rarely come to the corporate office to meet the other management. So they were only speaking his language. So now is this person technically not sound? No, he is technically sound. He has been in this business for 25 years. Last 18 years, he is with the same organization. And with him, the organization has grown. But does he have the right capabilities to handle such scenario? No. So we are not looking to remove him from the job. But yes, we are doing this whole exercise to identify what are the gaps in him so that we can try grooming him so that this problem doesn't happen in future. And this is where competencies and all the organizations that where I'm currently doing more or less have the same problem. People are working for long, and since they are working for so long, they take things for granted. Every year I get the other organization in Bangalore where I'm doing. I think yesterday also I discussed this. They have given 20% increment this year. There are very few companies who are paying so much of. Yes, their salary levels are low, but yes, and they have been working with the organization for 10 plus years or 12, 15 years. 20% increment and they were not happy. The lady who is heading HR has joined them, I think, last year. And when she approached me, she said, Vivek, there's a problem. When I go to the employees, they feel I am pro management. They are not, none of them was happy to come and tell me because you have given me 20% increment, thank you. They feel I am pro management and I have taken their dues away. And when I go to the MD feels I am pro people. And this is where she took initiative. Okay, let's do a benchmarking and let's show each one of them what are the mistakes you are making and what you can improve to get better out of it. So that's where coming back to it, it has to be very specific about the role. And that's where we chose these 5 competencies which we felt are critical for the success of it. Result orientation. Now developing people, since you are heading the complete operation and under you some 100 people are working 100. I'm not talking of laborers because they were on contract, but other 100 odd employees are working. Sorry, this is a small organization. I think he had under some 12 or 15 people working under him. Aren't you responsible for their growth? If someone is not performing well, that means you have not developed the person well. You are the overall in charge of it. And same way, customer orientation. Since you are only the person who is front ending the project, you should be good at this. Unless you handle this well, this customer will not be happy. So this is how we arrive at competencies. I don't know how much of it is understood, but what is not can be asked. Otherwise, I'll pass on an exercise to you guys.
Sir, just a question.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is already mentioned, right? So I want to know if we have any requirement, like the ones which I'm hiring right now. So
Okay.
how can we, since it is just a customer support,
Mhm.
so all that we know is, communication, shifts, and all of that. But when it
Mhm.
comes to operational round, what do they expect? Like in terms of company, what would be the thing that they are looking for?
You all can do an exercise now.
Mhm.
Spend some 15-20 minutes, try creating a JD. Don't get into the details of job element analysis. At least identify the different elements. And based on and when you say element, write down the description. What does this element mean? Or the description is here on the left side when you're writing JD. And try attempt making identifying 5 broad competencies, behavioral competencies. Again, I'm repeating, no technical, no functional, no organizational, only behavioral competencies.
That's the most difficult part.
Huh?
That's the most difficult part, to identify the behavioral competencies.
And then that is the part that will give you the most confidence, because this gives you the control of most of the activities, because these competencies that you are, this will help you in every aspect of HR. Krishna, you would have a format, right? Take a blank format. I'm giving you the sharing, right? You can share that format. Pick up a position what Lakshmi is currently. Lakshmi, what is the role that you are hiring?
I'm hiring for the customer support UK profile.
Customer support role. Very good. Create a JD for a customer support profile. Identify the elements and then 5 competencies. All of you just brainstorm it. Try to do it in 15 minutes. I'll sleep for 15 minutes and come back after it. And I'll just. Krishna, you have a file, no? You have the file, Krishna?
Yes, sir.
Good. So take a blank one. Make sure Fatima, contributes to it. And I'll just give you the access right. Sharing multiple. So Krishna, try sharing a blank file. I've given you the access right. What happened?
Sir, just a minute.
Achha. Should I share a file?
So wait. So my system is getting hanged.
Okay. I'll open it here.
Okay, sir.
CP. I'll share it here. You guys will tell. I'll just make a note of it.
Sir, it's visible.
Visible, no? Yes, Lakshmi. So it is what? Customer support executive?
Yes, sir. Customer support executive.
Okay. Location, fine. Any location. Department. What is the department?
It's I guess customer support representative, something like that.
No, customer support representative is a role.
Mhm.
So customer support generally is a part of operations only.
Okay, okay.
So depending on that organization where it is reporting and whom do they report to?
Their team lead or process manager.
Let's keep it simple. Team lead. Responsible to handle customer queries. Anything else you would want to add here?
No, sir. Responsible to handle customer queries. Yes.
Tell me the responsibilities.
Ensure to listen clearly what the customer has to say. What the
It is not a responsibility. Listening is a responsibility, then what will I do? I listen to every customer.
Can I ask a
Resolve.
question?
Yes, please.
I just want to know, okay, like for me, I just want to know the customer support, in what field are you working? Like, what are you dealing with customers, but what are you helping the customer with? Because that's like important. If I'm helping, for example, if I'm working at a medical aid and I'm helping with customer support, I need to know everything about that medical aid, because if I don't know about the product, I can't help the customer. So I just want to know customer support in what field?
Amazing. You impressed me. Industry will play a major role here. Whether it is a telecom thing, whether it is a banking thing, all this will impact the kind of competencies and the kind of behaviors that are needed. It's a very important ask that Fatima has So Lakshmi, what is the industry?
Oh, see, basically that is medical claim something for the UK.
Healthcare
Yes,
or
healthcare,
medical
insurance
insurance
and
company.
healthcare. Yes.
So Fatima, you understood this?
Yes.
This is
Insurance and
I'll say industry is insurance and healthcare. Yes, responsibilities. Lakshmi will start because she is working on this profile.
Actually, even I'm not sure what are the responsibilities.
Then
I'm just given a,
how will you hire a person?
like I said yesterday, until yesterday, when we
Hmm.
hire, we're just checking the communication, okay, and then like if they're okay working in shifts, just a basic criteria.
Okay, a story time. I'll tell you a
Yeah.
real, I'll give you a real situation. There was this organization, and this organization was into education, and they had hired a very senior profile. This profile was, reporting to the MD directly, and this person was basically responsible for the whole business. And this person was very talented. He had great experience. He has worked in 3, 4 different countries, and he was gem of a person, superb communication skills, great networking, planning, strategy. Everything was good. I was reporting to him. I was recruited by him and I was reporting to him. All went very well. And this person took the business to the next level. The business grew multifolds. Everything was very good. And he was a celebrity, a celebrity status he had, whatever he says. And he was quite arrogant as well. With success and with those powers, a little arrogance also comes. So it was like, whatever he wants to do, and no one was there to question him. Went on well. About after some years, the management realized the problem. The owner of the organization was very ethical person, and he said he had his own value system. To do any business, I would not use any wrong or unethical means. He was very clear. He said, you don't bring me any business, I'm okay with it. But don't use anything, any wrong practice to get a business. He was right in a way. Now, the salesperson or the sales head had a different thought process. He was kind of a go-getter. I'm in the market, I'm with the competition, I have to build business, I have to take my organization to the next level. They both are thinking about the organization. No one is thinking negative about the organization. They both are good. Their value systems are different. And eventually, he used certain methods that were unacceptable to the management. And he said, fine, you don't need those profits, no, I will take those profits. So he created a dummy system in such a way that extra money used to come to him. Ethically, yes, he was wrong. But he was not doing anything that would harm organization. Organization was getting it due. Organization had never seen such a business that this person brought in. But that extra cream of the business, which the management said, no, we don't need this. We are, Harish Chand. We are all the, honest and trustworthy fellows. He said, okay, let me enjoy this. And when the things came out, this person was asked to leave. Was this person good or bad? How do you rate them? Management has certainly found negative in him, but even the management gave him full respect. His farewell was conducted in one of the very posh 7-star hotel where each one of us were there, and it was a good dinner that was thrown to us. Yes, this gentleman is going out of the organization, he's moving on to his journey. Very few people came to know what the real reasons were. I knew it because I was reporting. So now, what do you think, this person was right or not?
No, he was not right because he compromised the reputation of the organization. One person was responsible for the entire organization's reputation.
So where was the mistake made? Where was the mistake done?
The management allowed him to transfer that amount to his personal account. That was a huge
No. That management never came to know.
Okay. At the time of
That
hiring,
was done so smartly. A dummy system was created.
okay.
A dummy enterprise was created, which even I came to know very later. This was his own organization.
Is this about the TCS you spoke about last time?
No,
Tata. Okay.
this is another organization.
Okay.
Tata's also had a similar thing, but this was a little difficult case. The major mistake was when this person was hired for the job. When you are hiring someone, you should understand what the personality of an individual is, what are the ethics, what are the beliefs, and this person is going to do this. And if you hire that person, you are taking a calculated risk. This person could be a mistake. This organization never had the structure of competencies and all those things in place. We created the complete structure for it. And all these things, came out very evidently. Next time when we are hiring a person, this is count. No? We made psychometric and the personality assessment mandatory. Each individual who has to apply for a job has to first necessarily take this psychometric and personality assessment, and then it will go to the next level. So anyways, it's not right or wrong here, but it's about what is the organization's value system, what is the organization culture, and you need to find someone who fits into it. Because if you take someone who is a misfit into it, will create problems going ahead. And this is where competencies play a very major role. So coming back to Lakshmi, responsibilities, Lakshmi.
Responsibilities. I mean, in my case, I think they have to handle the calls, like meet the SLAs, whatever the timely manner
What
or
is
the
what is
buffer.
SLA? What is SLA there?
SLA is nothing but the time they acknowledge the call, like the consider they're receiving a call within first ring, second ring, whatever they've set. As per that, they have to acknowledge the call.
See, that is what I want to break, and that is what I'm trying to explain. And when you are hiring for some profile,
Mm-hmm.
the inputs given to you blindly start following it and start looking for people. There's no harm in asking more question to understand what is the responsibility of this individual. Something sorry, there are certain things that you can assume, there are certain things that you can clarify. Now, attending calls is not the responsibility. Why are you attending calls? To make sure that the customer queries are addressed in time. Could be one responsibility, to make sure all customer queries are addressed, all redressal, all responses are given in time. Customer is happy. If you see, all of us use customer care these days. Sometime phone is not working, sometime mobile, or sometime the bank thing. Did you notice one thing? This which has started last few years, it has been becoming very prominently. Before you cut the call, sir, we are sending a short link for your feedback.
Yes,
Why do you think is this feedback taken?
because we get what we measure. So it is kind of
Exactly.
they are measuring.
Exactly. And that is what we measure, the responsibility or the impact of it. We don't measure whether you have taken the call or not.
Also, I was just going to say that because sometimes they answer the call and then it gets cut off. So they did answer the call, but they didn't help you. So you sat on the call for like an hour, and then when the person is finally answering your call, they put the phone down because they answered the call, but they didn't help you. They just put the phone down.
See, it's like I raised a complaint. The person attended the call. Yes, sir, I have understood your problem, sir. We will get it addressed. I'm assigning it to the right person. Good. And this complaint is existing since 2008. This is about my mobile connection. When I am inside the house, I don't get too many signals. Since 2008, I have been repeatedly complaining them every time the same process. Yes, sir, your complaint is taken. This is your complaint number. Then it has been assigned to the engineer. He'll come. He will do the survey and we will resolve it. And then this drama happens for a few days. And sometimes someone especially comes with some device. And I know all the answers. So sometimes for fun also I do. They will come, they'll check. Yes, sir, the signals are little weak here. I'll report it. And then 2-3 days later, I'll get a message. Yes, sir, your report has been taken into consideration. Shortly, we are coming up with a new tower near your locality, and signals would be very good. I have a copy of those tweets. I have the copy of those mail messages that have been sending them since 2008. And every time I get the same response. It has been 13 years. They could not put a tower there. I don't know whether tower exists or not. So things have to move towards closure, and that is where all call centers and all these customer support, they have been very prominent about it. Take a feedback after the call. Either you get a web link, either you get a voice call, but they have been very evidently following it, because now they want to set the quality of the call. So the responsibility is not taking the calls. Responsibility is handling customer queries to customer satisfaction. And that becomes the responsibility. So let's do simple.
Can we say like resolve customer queries
Correct.
within the specified TAT?
But sometimes this is not in their control.
Yeah.
They are just so they are just taking the calls
Okay.
and then they are addressing it to the different teams. Customer queries and Yes, Lakshmi, I have given you an idea. Add to it. Lakshmi is thinking, why did I ask this?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, right, the things which will be given to us is like what is the process,
I know
the
what is
qualification.
what is given to you is incomplete.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, frankly, I have
No,
no
that is
idea.
where you will have to ask more questions to understand, because what will happen is, unless you understand it, the screening would not be effective. And this is why which happens, you find candidate good. And when you send the candidate for interview, they get rejected or they don't attend. It has also happened. I have one trainee and she is always like, sir, I need a job. Please help me. Please help me. 2 times I sent her for an interview. And the client called me. Hey, Vivek, what? This girl has not attended the interview.
Oh,
And then I called up, what happened? No, sir, there was something in the family and then I had to go out, and so next time I'll take care. I just remembered her because today again I got a request through another trainer of mine ki she is looking for a job. And I told her to ignore it because we cannot trust this. So anyways, coming back to it. So, when you know what the job is, you know whom to hire. And this improves your screening process. So I'm just adding to it. I may be not complete in this. Let's say attending customer queries and assigning it to the concerned person.
yes. I was about to say this follow-up.
So shall I try one point?
Please.
So
Go ahead.
ensure that the customer's query is attended within the SLA.
I want to try one more.
So the 2 and 3 are kind of similar. Ensure that the customer Yes.
Can I go? Okay.
Yeah.
So, to ensure that the quality of calls and chats is maintained. Because sometimes what happens, customers don't understand and they ask the same questions again and again. So the customer care executive has to be calm and patient and explain it to him. He cannot be rude or like that.
Very, very important. You are fine, you are listening to customer query and attending it. You should be able to understand what customer is.
Maintain your composure. Yeah, like you can't get angry and stuff.
I
That
had
comes
faced
into
this.
the quality.
I have this very funny incident. This is about Airtel. So Fatima, do you know what Airtel is? I think they are present in South Africa as well. It's
Sorry.
one of the largest telecom provider. They provide this
Which
mobile and
company?
internet services. Pardon?
Which company?
Airtel. Airtel, it's an Indian company. So so assume that there's an internet company. They are into internet, mobile phone, and so many things. They are also into DTH. And there was some ad that was coming, some DTH, and some mobile app and it can be controlled through mobile. I just made a curious call to Airtel customer care. I've seen this, there is some digital and there is this mobile thing. What is it? First question this boy asked, yes, sir. Do you have an Android TV? I said, no, I do not have an Android TV. Sorry, sir, it only works on Android. I was surprised why this. I said, okay. I again called. Someone else picked up. A very similar response I got. And I was not happy with that answer. I said, connect me to some senior. They didn't connect it to me. I did my own research. I went to internet and Google and searched it. You know what was the real thing? It was not about Android TV. The app that they have created was only for Android phones. So what it meant was, if you have an Android phone, you can control your television, the programs that are running through your mobile phone. They never understood what I am trying to ask. They have a script. So typically when you call any call center, thanks for calling. Okay, yes, I understood your thing. So, those are scripted answers that they keep giving in. So if a customer care executive cannot understand what customer wants, how will they even solve the problem? So Lakshmi, unless you add, we will keep creating our own world there.
Yes, sir. Because many times even I will be asked by the candidate, like what would be my role, and consider it's I tell them calls. So they will
Uh-huh.
ask me what kind of a role, I mean, what is my responsibility? Is it
Uh-huh.
something I can resolve it? Okay. But the thing
Mhm.
is, our company will not give any such information. They'll just tell, this is the requirement we have. If you can find the candidate, pass it to us. We will explain them about the jobs and responsibilities.
Build some rapport with your team leader and ask friendly questions for your own understanding. And believe me, this will help you in improving your performance. The number of profiles currently that you are shortlisting for one position,
Mhm.
if today you are requiring 10 profiles, tomorrow with 5 profiles, you'll be able to give the same number of selections. Because the profiles that you will identify would be much closer to this. Right?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, let's ignore it for some time. So this is just we will just take it as a short example. My suggestion is, please find out some time tomorrow to create one such thing on whatever role you are working, and we can discuss this in the session tomorrow before moving ahead on the next very important aspect of competencies, that is the behavioral measuring of it, how those behavioral parameters are created. So now, chalo, let's understand that these are the responsibilities. So what do you think should be an ideal qualification for this?
How graduate, any graduation.
Any graduation?
Yes.
With us, I don't know how it works in India, but with us, I think the highest level in school is called matric. So for this type of job, we would probably just need a matric, like a basic high school pass.
So in India,
We wouldn't
matric
ask
has
for a
India
college degree.
in India, the value for matric is only that you are not illiterate. Otherwise, there is no other value for matrix. Unless you have done graduation, which is after 12th, this graduate degree, the BA, BSc, BCom, the bachelor's degree, most of the jobs are not for you.
Wow, yeah, by us, you can get a job with just a matric.
I know. In fact, I have been dealing with professionals from even the smaller African countries like Nigeria and Kenya, and they had better system. Even I had three of them from Cameroon, and they had good systems, much better than the systems that we have. But chalo, let's not find faults in our system. Let us stick to our system and see. So yes, Fatima, in your country, if metric is an accepted, like in India, most of the jobs we see this has become a trend. Minimum graduation, any graduation. So again, Lakshmi, let's say if a 12th student, a 12th pass student comes and a BA pass student comes, what would be the difference in the two?
Okay, in terms of hiring, consider we are having undergraduate.
Mhm.
Then for this profile, we need their experience, like minimum 1 year international process. So if they are graduates, then freshers are acceptable.
What is that thing in graduates that helps them avoid the 1 year overseas experience? See, let's say a graduate comes in BA agriculture, or let's say comes in, BA social science or some BA economics, let's say, and you get a student of class 12th, a student who has studied science in 12th and typically biology and those subjects they have studied, as compared to the student who has done BA in economics. What is the difference? See, I'm not questioning it. I understand this is the standards that we have in our country. Graduation has, when I joined Tata's, the kind of salary that I was getting, I hired someone in my team. There was a student of mine who was looking for a job. I wanted someone in my team. I hired him. The HR has decided and discussed the salary with him, and this boy was staying with me. And we came with the final appointment letter, and he showed me, and I got a shock. His salary was more than me. I was with 5 years of experience. He was a fresher. And I went to my HR. What is this? He said, Vivek, you are a graduate. He is an engineer. Your salary would have been much lesser, but since you had 5 years of experience, you are much closer to him. And you cannot do anything. That's the standard that we follow. And really, I couldn't do it anything. I went to my manager. I said, boss, what is this? So my manager was very generous. He said, Vivek, I cannot change your salary. Do one thing. I'll approve some extra allowance for you every month to compensate this difference, because he didn't want it to lose me. That's how the systems are. Anyways, let's not get into the system. The requirement is graduate. Why I raised this question was to seed a thought that whatever qualification that we are looking for has a reason, has a purpose. Not to perform these responsibilities and duties, there is nothing that is being taught in the graduation. So to me, a 12th pass student would be much better than a graduate. But let's not go against the system. Experience. Do you want experience, or fresher is good enough?
Oh, freshers should be good.
Why fresher?
I mean, they are the ones who will be ready for any customer support or anything.
Also because the salary would be low.
Yeah, the salary again.
This
You
this
know,
is how the market works.
You'll have to
So
provide them training
as an
also.
HR, as an HR, we should understand this. While you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that if you're hiring a fresher, then you'll also have to provide them training. So training cost also will be there.
But yes, the change has come now.
But I feel like
Freshers,
even if this is not a fresher, someone coming into this industry is going to need training because probably the products will be different compared to what they've been
exactly.
trained on
Correct.
before. So you would have to train everybody regardless of whether they were a fresher or not.
Correct. But currently the
So
trends are changing. Freshers are paid, if they are from good colleges, they are paid pretty well.
Yeah.
What we saw as, they are freshers, they need training, now is seen as a strength. Because you do not have any past baggage. You are better adaptable. If I hire someone with 5 years of experience, I'll have to make a lot of efforts to make him forget what he knows and learn what is needed. And since you are as a fresher, now see our Swami was a fresher, he started working as an intern, and the same company consumed him. So he ditched them, he changed his job, but then that's how it is. So now the things are changing. Anyways, technical competencies, any technical skills that are needed?
No, nothing.
Okay. Timing, I'll say.
Computer knowledge or Excel maintenance, something
Ideally,
like that.
because they would be taking computer emails or phone calls.
Yeah.
So it's good to have computer knowledge.
MS Office, like
Functional competencies. Of course,
communication.
communication.
where would English, proficient in English go?
If English is required.
I'm assuming you'd have to be good in English for this role.
I think it depends because you have an option now. Like if you can choose a language as an English or Hindi. So that depends on what the company requires. They
No,
want
but
English
sometimes
communication.
this is a requirement.
Yeah, yeah.
Like recently, some of the one company approached me. I mean, they had taken some 10 of our students. For certain profiles, they were very clear. We want someone with good control over South Indian languages.
Yeah.
Why? Because their setup was in Bangalore. Their clients were from southern part of India, and this was more of an operations job. He said, if you know these languages, it is good. Otherwise, English won't work.
Yeah,
And
that's
same
what I
happens
was
in
saying.
customer support. It could be, good English language. Or, so that could be one skill. Yes. Our recruiter is not talking. Actually, it's still there, no?
Because yes.
Ah.
I'm just wondering on what basis am I sourcing other than communication.
I'm just seeding thoughts. Don't feel bad.
No,
Because
sir.
this
I
is
mean, that's where I learn that I agree.
so this is something that you are not doing. Anyways, let me also tell you, you'll not be able to do much here. Because even if you ask these people, no, they will not give
Mhm.
you. Don't worry. Just do as I say. Find out these profiles, give it to me. You will have those kind of team leaders. And that's where I said you need to build rapport. Anyways, coming back. So let's assume these two skills. What do you think are the job elements?
So customer centricity.
That is a skill.
Oh,
Attending
sorry.
customer queries, no? Follow-up could be one element. If I read this, ensure that customer queries.
The proactiveness.
Proactiveness is again a skill. Proactiveness is again a behavior.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to differentiate. We are trying to segregate what kind of job activities they do. So attending customer queries, follow-up, or it could also be delegating, no? Delegating to different teams.
Yeah.
And let's
I mean, yeah, route it to the right team.
So requirement identification.
Correct. So let's take these 5. Now, what do you think are those 5 critical competencies that this person must have? When I say critical, if this person doesn't follow this person would not be successful in the job.
Are we talking about behavioral competency?
Yes, behavioral competencies.
I would say respectful. Like, because sometimes if the customers, like how you said, maybe they're getting cross with you or something, you have to have that respect that that you mustn't shout them back.
Okay, fine. And I'll just keep writing.
So I don't know how to say it in another word.
Okay, you give me more competencies, then we'll choose the 5 best out of it, or the 5 most critical out of it.
Sir, empathetic ears. I mean, empathetic listener.
So respectful or empathy is kind of same.
Also a good listener. Because if you're not good at listening, then your communication is not going to be effective.
Yes,
So I'll
listening.
say communication.
Patience, sir.
Listening is a part of communication. Patience, okay.
Leadership and planning. Because
Leadership.
because then only you'll be able to delegate it and take follow-ups.
But do you really think this role would
That
be
is not a
leadership?
leadership actually.
Or proactive.
That is more of, what to say.
The
Let's
coordination.
take- Coordination is, again, coordination is a task. Coordination is not a behavior. So it's more of,
Mm-hmm.
For better understanding, let's put this as
Mm-hmm.
result oriented.
Uh-huh. Visionary.
Visionary is a very heavy term for such a role.
Yeah, that's right.
What about punctuality? Like, so how do you say like time? Because you want someone who knows how to use time. So you don't want someone who's like sitting in the break room when they are supposed to be answering calls. So they must have time management so they know that like discipline. Yeah, don't waste time.
Time management.
Observant.
Analytical.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to a customer query, you should be able to analyze what problem is this.
problem solving also.
That's kind of a job element.
Hmm?
Is that a type of job element or competency problem solving?
Problem solving is a behavior also.
Okay.
Hmm.
And if you want to see, one of my favorite shows that, I don't miss it is Big Boss. When you see people fighting, you'll realize there are very few who are looking to solve a problem. They just fight.
Yeah.
Same happens in organizations also.
Mm.
So problem solving is a behavior. Actually, let us cut it short. I'll add one more from my side.
Solution oriented or result oriented is.
As a result oriented, we have already taken.
Uh,
Now we have taken 9 behaviors. All of them are good, all of them are strong. But we only need 5. Which 4 will you remove? We want the 5 most critical behaviors that can fail him in the job or fail her in the job. Now you are hiring someone for this role and you know that they have these behaviors. What are those 5 top behaviors that you look at?
I would
communication
choose
is needed. Empathy is needed.
These 2 are needed. I'll shade them as yellow. Okay.
Result oriented.
Result oriented is needed.
Okay.
Customer centricity is needed.
Okay.
And problem solving.
Vivek,
Or
I would
analytic.
like to my
I'll not
opinion
go
is a
with
bit
problem
different.
solving. I'll not go with problem
This
solving.
role is
because-
too junior for problem solving. Maybe
Yeah,
they don't
because
have
they are
that
not solving problem.
capability yet.
They're only connecting the
Yes.
team to solve a problem.
Then discipline.
I think the discipline is important here. Because if you have someone who's not on time and not disciplined, they're going to be wasting your time.
I can be
You won't
sitting
get
on my
calls.
I can be sitting on my computer attending calls, showing complete discipline, but not solving the problems. What do you mean by
Analytical.
discipline? Do you mean coming to work at time?
I mean, someone who has a good work ethic. So you should know what you need to do and you need to get it done. You're not someone who needs to be observed. So
That
someone
is-
who can
that
work
is that is something that will get covered in the result oriented.
It can be a time management, is it?
What time
Yeah, I
management
think
do you
that's
have?
also
What
Yeah,
time
like
management?
the number
These
of
these
calls.
the poor guys who just keep attending the calls. What is their time management? And they listen the call, they divert it to someone else. Their job is over. To me, it is more of analytical. I'll rate analytical above all the other 4-5 things because when I listen to a customer query, I should be able to identify where should I route this. Like the example that I took, when I call them, what is this, new digital thing that is coming up for mobile phone? And this person didn't understood sir, do you have an Android TV? Sir, I'm talking of a mobile app. You're talking of an Android TV. And it had to do something with the mobile phone. So, unless I understand the real situation, otherwise, I keep directing you to, so go to this person, he will solve it. And then you come furious. Oh, this person didn't know. Okay, sir, then go to this person. And I keep diverting them. And customer get furious. This is again not a very standard and a generic thing. This also depends on organization. Right now in this whole exercise, we have not spoken about organization. We don't know what is the value system, what is the culture of the organization. Behavioral aspect will depend on that also. Another example, we went to a restaurant. It was some I think New Year thing or something. So we went out for a dinner, and these boys who were serving us, when we finished our dinner, they came to us, sir, please give us a feedback. I said, good, TK, you are supposed to take a feedback. And then their head came, and he insisted on me to give a particular feedback. Sir, can you please give this feedback? I said, what happened? No, sir, and if you don't give a good feedback, our salaries are connected to it. And that whole purpose of taking feedback was defeated when he had said this. And I refused to give the feedback to him. So in a way, see, this is an emotional thing. The boy who has served you the food, who comes and makes a sorry face, sir, please give me this feedback, otherwise, my incentives would be deducted, or my salary would be deducted. Now, as an emotional customer, and if you have even if you had some concerns over the food, then also you'll not give that feedback. You'll say, okay, fine, everything was good. So what is the organization, we'll have to understand while identifying this. The kind of example I took, that senior person who took the liberty, okay, you don't want extra money, let me create a dummy organization. I'll take. Well, I'm not taking any money from your pocket, no. I'm first increasing your business, and I'm taking that extra fund from it. You be happy, I be happy. And after that, he created his own organization, and he is doing business there. So these behavioral aspect depends on organization, culture, and settings also. How this organization, what is the value system of it? Lakshmi, you got some clarity on it?
Yes, sir. That is understood.
Good. Any questions, any queries on this? So
I mean, nothing as of now.
Good.
Nothing as of now. I'll just go through
Fine.
the again. And then,
Krishna, just make a blank format
Mhm.
and share it in the group. And please take out to pick up a job role and attempt creating it on. Or else I'll share an example. I'll share another example. Use the same format and pick up a role of your choice. Try creating it, and we will review it tomorrow. And if there are any queries, we will redo it, or else we will move on to bars. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. Then I'll share the format. I'll share one sample here. I'll share one sample in the group. Go through it. Try to create something out of it. Right?
Yes.
So then we'll connect tomorrow. You guys can go for dinner now. We'll connect tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Chalo.
Thank
Good
Thank you,
night.
sir. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Vivek.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.